Hello, I'm A9 and welcome back to Reentry and Orbital Simulator. There's been a little bit of a gap since I've played last in between some of the episodes here too, so I'm a little out of practice, I will admit, but I think we're still ready to keep on chugging along with the Apollo campaign Dark Side of the Moon. Now, last we left off, we did all of the backup crew checklists, and now we're on to hopefully our first flight. It looks like it here. The first manned Apollo mission was a success. Right, we did a backup and they went up into low Earth orbit. However, the lunar module is having a lot of delays and will not be ready in time for your mission. Oh, so all the testing of the lunar module has been moved to another mission. Okay, so we're launching without the actual lander on board, which makes me think, I kind of wonder if they have sort of a ballast, like dead weight to simulate it, or if they launch it without anything. I think it's the first. But anyways, we've already tested the command module in Earth orbit, so instead of canceling or postponing your mission, it has been decided that your destination will be the moon. Ooh, I wonder if we're gonna be doing a lunar flyby or lunar orbit. That's really, really fun. 7.5 million pounds of thrust. I imagine that's the F1s off of the pad. All right, standing 363 feet tall. The Saturn V rocket is only 25 minutes from launch. Ooh, that's not much time. Backup crew has prepared your cockpit for flight, and you and your crew have been setting up the rest. Only one checklist remains. Okay, so they leave that whole massive startup checklists as an understood thing. Like, this happens every launch, but we don't have to do it through every mission of the campaign. And that makes a lot of sense. Okay, in this mission, you will start your journey towards the moon. The first part of the journey is the launch and ascent onto Earth orbit. All right, here we are in the Apollo capsule. I'm gonna switch to the commander seat. I believe this one is. 24 minutes from liftoff. Okay, we're resuming countdown. We are at T-minus 24 minutes and 35 seconds. Ground crew are performing some final checks. We are still go. Roger, permission to proceed with the launch preparations checklist. Roger, please proceed. Use the run feature to complete the checklist. All right, I'll be honest, guys. I'm feeling a little bit like unprepared. All right, launch preparations, right? Yep. IMU alignment if necessary. I don't think it's necessary, so we'll skip that one, I think. Well, we technically do have a few minutes. Sure, let's do it. Let's see if this is working. So, what was it? Verb? Yep. 37. Oh, operator error. Uh-oh. Alright, clear. Reset. Verb, 37. Enter. 01. Enter. Yeah, we do need IMU alignment because this was, of course, not set up. Good thing I decided to do that. See, that's like step number 1. All right, so we align to the correct poise on our FDAI, and we're gonna roll to the correct azimuth now, and then it will automatically run program 2 when complete. Of course, that is a very necessary step. That would have been really bad if I didn't do. Next step is to change the X stable member azimuth if necessary. I do not believe that one is necessary. I think we're all right. But over here on panel 8, we want to verify some things. Our auto RCS AC roll, all 4 of those need to be off. And it looks like we have BD roll and pitch and yaw. Those are all on in one way or another on various buses A and B. I think that we're all good there. We're at T-minus 15, so let's do some things here. Looks like on panel 3, so let's get over to that seat right here. So DC indicator, we want to switch to battery C. Make sure that we have voltage. We do. Seems good. Change this over to main bus A. Back on panel 1. FTAI, it looks like we have roll 90 plus the azimuth. This looks correct. This is what it is every time. Pitch 90, 0. Yep, that is correct. FTAI scale 5.5. Let's see. Right now it's 5.1, so we want to set that to 5.5, right? Rate is high. Where would I find that? Rate is high. There we go. Trans control, PWP, which I think that's actually power. We on. Rotation and control power direct 1 and 2 should be main A and main B. CMC mode is set to free. There we go. BMAG mode, 3 of those are going to be set to rate 1. Currently they're set to rate 2. So we'll set those to rate 1. Perfect. RHC number 2, armed. Joystick not implemented. Okay, I wrote that note for myself. These are things that would be on the joysticks here. I'm not sure, but the buttons are not yet implemented, so no need to do anything there. All right, let's see where I was. Panel 6 and 9, Astro Launch Operations Radio check. All right, yeah, let's get a radio check here. 5 over 5. All right, we're good to go. Thrust is set to normal, correct. This is our turn the engine on in space thing, so yeah. Delta V, both of those are set to off. We're good to go. LV rates will be on auto. These are things over here now, which we can confirm LV rates is on auto. 2 engine out is on auto. EDS is auto. RCS command. Let's see. RCS command is currently off. That's the spring switch. Okay, so we're off. Yeah, that should be that one right there. On panel 7, TVC servo 1 should be set to AC1 MNA, and 2 should be set to AC2 MNB. Perfect. Panel 3, fuel cell reax valves should be set to latch. I believe that is this one right here. Perfect. All right, that's 2 minutes 10 minutes, which we're at. 8 minutes 30 seconds. On panel 2, we'll do the secondary coolant loop pump off. You know what? I don't think there's any harm in doing some of these things just a little bit early, just so I make sure I don't lose anything in the script, right? If I'm a little bit behind on something, you know. All right, so secondary coolant loop pump off. Secondary coolant loop pump, we got, that is off. We're on AC or 1 or 2, and it looks like it's right in the middle, so that is off. We're good to go on that front. All the way up to 4 minutes 10 seconds, where we'll see these lights go on and we'll verify. We'll do a radio check at 4 minutes, and then on panel 3, tape recorder set to forward, which should be down here somewhere. Yeah, we'll set that to forward at 4 minutes. And on, yeah, well, right here, this isn't panel 3, not all of this is panel 3. On the Disky, we'll verify that we are on program 2, which we should be, and we will input verb 75, do not enter. Verb 75 is something that I believe we hit enter on in the case of the program not working correctly, now that I think of it. I'm kind of tempted to hit run and just hit clear, so the script thinks we're running through this. However, we will have 45 seconds for the script to tell us things, so should be all good. 8 minutes, 30 seconds. Secondary coolant loop pump is off. So we have nothing to really do for 4 minutes here. And we could look at some checklists again, just to, you know, get a little bit more familiar with things. Let's actually continue where we left off, where we got a whole bunch of minutes where we don't really do anything. We're reporting status. We get go no for staging. Mode 4, looks like we're in about 9 minutes. We'd be switching over to our S4 stage. S2 staging light out, S4B ignition command at 9 minutes 14 seconds. We're at 65% thrust light out. I wonder if that's actually a specific light. I don't know. 10 minutes, we'll have a go, no-go for orbits. Reporting status in a minute later, 45 seconds later is SECO. Begin TB5, where we'll take a look at all these informations here, and we may input some of this information. We may just leave it as is, but we're in orbit, and then we'll just be running status and seeing what we're doing for our mission, which is going to the moon. And I still don't know if it's a flyby or an orbit. So we should probably go into the briefing and read our ascent plan here. Look at that. I have come prepared. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, you will be commanding the first manned trip to the moon. You and your crew will ascend into a 100 nautical mile by 100 nautical mile orbit with an inclination of 32.5 degrees. Backup crew has performed the cockpit preparations, and you are only missing one checklist needed to ready the rocket for flight. Here's the ascent plan. Complete the pre-launch final preparations checklist. Yes. Ignition and roll program. Yes. Pitch and ascend through the atmosphere. Yes. Accelerate to an orbital velocity, 25,700 feet per second. Yes. and complete the insertion checklists. Okay, so it looks like this specific campaign mission is launching this beauty of a rocket into orbit of the Earth, making sure that we're all okay once there. And then it hands us over to the next campaign mission. Now, these Apollo missions are quite long, and I can see how this is a good way of going about like campaign missions for something like this. So I think that we can expect something like this for the campaign of Dark Side of the Moon, which is this one. And then the next campaign is the Lunar Lander, which I've learned, I believe it will be landing on the moon for the mission, right? I still don't know if it's a flyby or an orbit. I guess we'll find out in another video coming up. After we do the campaigns, however, I'm definitely going to do a cold and dark, like all of the backup checklists that we saw. We'll start at that point, like 2-3 hours from orbit, I forget which. Launch this thing into orbit, perform translunar injection, capture into orbit of the moon, land on the surface, get back up to our command capsule, and come back home. All in, I don't know, one sitting. This sounds like a 24-hour stream thing to me, to be honest with you. And we might go ahead and do that at some point, but I want to get through the campaign missions first. All right, now enough rambling here. We're actually getting to the 4-minute mark in the launch preparations checklist. 4 minutes and 10 seconds, so in a half a minute, the LV engine lights will, I believe, go on for a moment, or maybe for 10 seconds, I'm not sure. But then 30 seconds later, we will do a radio check. Okay, you know, some things about this are coming back to me. I'm starting to remember a little bit more. Let's adjust the lightings to how I think I want it, which is a little bit more integral and a little bit less of our floodlights. So it's a little bit cozier looking in here as we get ready. All right, now we can verify these lights are on. All 5 of them are on, all 5 of them are working. And they do, I believe they stay on. Okay. Program 2? Yep, we are on program 2. Command verb 37, do not enter. No, not verb 37. Oh dear. Oh dear. This is a problem, guys. Verb 75, do not enter. Do not worry, flight. Do not worry, flight. Capcom, I am not, I repeat, I am not drunk. I promise. This vehicle is in good hands. Do not scrub the launch. We are A-okay. We have the right numbers in the disky at this time. No need to question me on that. Simply proceed. All right, 2 minutes, 15 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and do this ahead of time. We're going to pull to bypass our glycol 2 radiators. And the glycol bypass close pressure relief boost. This is a cabin pressure relief. We want to set these to boost. And something about here, glycol reserve bypass, something or another. I want that to be closed. All right, good to go on that front. All right, minute 15 seconds. Our main bus tie 2 will be on. So we're basically going to get set the power for our spacecraft to our main batteries and not the fuel cells for the liftoff. Because if something happens and we have to abort, we are jettisoning ourselves from our fuel tanks for the fuel cells. From the fuel cells themselves, I believe. So we're going to want to run off of battery power in that instance. So we're going to go ahead and set these 2 on. Auto's in the middle. On is all the way up. All right, we're going to turn pad comms off now. Pad comm off. There we go. And then there's one on this side as well. Pad comm off. Minute 25 seconds, guys. Oh boy. All right, GDC align is going to be right down here at 45 seconds. And we're going to verify that, you know, Normally in the actual flight, you'd have to hold it down for a few seconds and verify things are moving. However, we're just going to hit it at 45 seconds. And then we'll hit run and clear, and we should get on with the script here, and we'll be actually flying this dang thing. Oh boy, guys, less than a minute until we lift off on this Saturn V. I'm not nervous at all. I don't know what you're talking about. 6:45, GDC align. And clear. All right, let's get the boost checklist up here. Starting the launch preparation checklist. All right, checklist complete. Aurora is ready for flight. Go through the briefing page on mission pad. We'll retract the arm at T-4. Timescale if needed. Retracting boarding ramp. Good luck with the journey. Yep. Roger, thank you. 20 seconds to lift off. Standing by for countdown flight. Am I ready for this? Too late now. Guidance is internal. I've been waiting my whole life for this. Oh boy. Oh boy. Should we bring a camera? Alright, program 11. Clock is started. Let's do this. Boost preparation. Yeah, there we go. We have the light on for there. Alright. Roll program, yaw program. Alright, roll and pitch. We are good. Careful with that board handle. Yeah. Alright, going up on 30 seconds. Alright, roll complete. T-minus 60 seconds. Yeah, the script is going through a whole bunch of things. It wanted me to hit run before I did this. Alright, mode 1B. 1 Bravo. Propellant dump, RCS command. There we go. 50 seconds. We're gonna monitor QA to T+2.
You're good at 1 minute.
Roger that, good at 1 minute. Of updating stats here. Roger, liftoff. Yeah, a little bit late for that one. Where do we have our cabin pressure? I think we have our cabin temperatures, cabin pressure here. Looks like we're good. It is right around 5. Right around 5. I think that is where it should be. 1 minute 26 seconds. We are past max Q. Past max Q. Maximum dynamic pressure. You can see the sky is slowly turning dark up there. And the cover. Standing by for mode 1 Charlie. Alright, we're gonna want to do... Alright. Copy that. Mode 1 Charlie. Verb. No, shoot. Hold on. Clear. Key release. Verb 82. Enter. Noun 62. Enter. Alright, I believe that was alright. Alright, we're at 2 minutes, so EDS should be set to off. 2 engine out, set to off. LV rate set to off. LV rate light disabled as IU core, or sure. Alright, 216, we have inboard cutoff. That is indicated. We're running on 4 F1s right now. 239, CMC boost polynomial ends. That is our outboard cutoff of all 4 engines. There we go. Oh, and there's staging. Alright, we do have a red light up of... Copy that, thrust is go. Awesome. We're on our second stage, guys. 3 minutes 10 seconds. S2 SEP light out. Light is out, flight. Alright. Preparing for tower jettison, and it's away. Tower's gone. For manual booster control, no need. We appear to be alright. Right on the right heading. Looks like we're go. Alright, 332. We're flying this thing into orbit, guys. And now we're going to be at 4 minutes report status, 5 minutes report status, 6 minutes report status, Looks like 6 minutes. It's S4B to COI. Gimbal motor, 4 of those start on. LMP confirmed.
Go at 4 minutes.
Copy that. Go at 4 minutes. So we want to set those. All right. Moving our Omni antenna things. I'm gonna leave that for our other two astronauts that should be here, but they have since left. It's just me here. But I haven't quite learned any of the antenna things really in Apollo. That's something that I do plan on learning for things like multiplayer, where I believe they are actually mechanically necessary. But for our intents and purposes, I don't think we need to worry about it too much. Realistically, you'd want to make sure that antenna is aimed correctly, because you need to have that antenna aimed at ground stations on the ground for this communication to work. And they are worried about those antennas quite a lot. Sometimes different Omni antennas are going to have not the best quality, and you'd switch between them. And I think the settings to do so are over here. Yeah, we got that. We have the Omni S-band antennas. You can see Omni Alpha, Omni Bravo, Omni Charlie, and you can switch between the 3. I don't know where on the spacecraft the 3 are, but those are things that people on the ground would tell the Apollo astronauts to actually change so they get better quality communications between crew and teams on the ground. But like I said, for us, I think we're all good. Going up on 5.5 minutes since liftoff. Things are all right. Our acceleration, by the way, I believe is... that's sort of our radar altitude, isn't it? Acceleration is right here. It's a very similar looking gauge. Looks like we're only pulling 2. That's 2. Silly me, looking at the different lines incorrectly. We're pulling 2 Gs right now. It's not too bad. It's, despite the shakiness, it's a pretty smooth flight. All right, 6 minutes.
Stand by, S4B to COI capability.
Copy that.
Mark, S4B to COI capability.
S4B to COI capability. Off the top of my head, I don't actually remember what COI capability means. Something about orbital insertion, though, I imagine. All right, looks like we're pitching up from the horizon quite a bit here. Maybe 25 degrees from the horizon. But it is holding that. It doesn't appear to be out of control. We appear to be good. All right, 6:15 on the antenna. All right, 6:55, S4B to orbit. Reporting status at 7 minutes. It's a very long flight to orbit because it's a very heavy vehicle that needs a lot of time to get there. Now, I think about right now we'd probably be in orbit with a Mercury, even a Gemini. Well, we've got long stages to burn in order to get this much weight going fast enough to reach orbital insertion. It takes a lot longer. All right, 7.5 minutes. We are go. Looks like the 7:39 we'll see IECO lights 5 on. All right, inboard cutoff. That's what that means. That's what that means. Inboard engine cutoff. So we're running on 4 J2s now instead of 5. That'll lower our G-forces a little bit. I believe we went up past 3 or closer to 3. Not past 3. We're only going down 1/5 thrust. Closer to 3 and it went down. This is to make sure that we don't... Copy that. Go at 8 minutes. Make sure that we don't put too much G on us squishy little astronauts up here. Not that we can't take it, of course. Come on. But it makes it comfortable. As comfortable as spacesuits in the 1960s could be. I actually am absolutely fascinated to know what it would be like to wear a spacesuit. I imagine the tech has come a long way in making it comfortable. I wonder how comfortable they were. That is something I don't know. You guys know how, astronauts? Mode 4 capability.
Mode 4 capability.
Mode 4 capability. Roger that. I'm being rudely interrupted. Oh, that was staging. We're on an S4.
Ignition confirmed. Thrust is go.
Copy that. Thrust is go. We're on our third stage, guys. It was a very seamless transition there. Immediate ignition. Anyways, what I was saying, do you guys know if there were any like complaints from Apollo astronauts about the spacesuits? I'm curious to know how comfortable they were. Looks like we're holding about 12, 15 degrees from the horizon here. We should still see the Earth right there, and we do. Oh man, I'm so excited, guys. 9.5 minutes into flight. And pretty soon we'll get a go, no go for orbit report from flight on the ground. I believe this is our orbital speed, which should be what, 24,700 feet per second? Not per second, just, yeah, per second. Isn't it per second? It's per second. Anyways, that number should be about 24,700 to my knowledge. I think it might tell us what these things are indicating here. Back where it had me actually change these things. Look, we're at 662. Feet per second, feet per second. Is this vertical speed, maybe? Oh, we're tilting way down now. Yeah, it looks like we're compensating for things here a bit. Yeah, this is vertical speed right here in the middle. And this is L and M. I don't know what the third one is. We got orbital speed, which is going past 24,700. Maybe I was wrong about that number. I could have been wrong about that number. Uh, 11 minutes for reporting status. We appear go. Looks like we are aiming down on the horizon once again. Our guidance computer is trying to make sure we get to the correct orbit as intended. All right, we've got cutoff. We got insertion. Roger that. We are go for orbit. All right. Copy that flight. We're go for orbit. Oh man, please complete the boost checklist. Will do. All right, so we basically would want to record some of these. I'm recording this screen, so I can always go back in footage if we need to. Key release. And then we'd write those down. Right. So we'd hit proceed. Then verb 37, enter 00, enter. And CMC activity light is out. We'll do verb 66, enter. Verb 45, enter. And the verify DAP load. Verb 48. Enter. Right, okay, so it looks like we are wanting this to be 31102 and 01111. So I believe, if I remember how to do this correctly, 21 will let us change that. So we go plus 31102, enter. And then we can do, let's see, verb 22. Enter, which should be able to do, yeah, plus 01111. Enter. All right, let me hit proceed, and proceed, and proceed. That's all good. All right, verb 46, enter. And then, I'm not sure, that didn't really bring up anything. I'm gonna hit proceed though. Nope, all right. Verb 83, enter. Check 0. Something about trims and stuff. I'm just gonna hit proceed and go to verb 37, enter 00, enter. Make sure that we clear from things. I'm not entirely certain what we were setting. However, that is completion of the boost checklist. Go for orbit will proceed. Let us know when the boost checklist is completed and you are ready to proceed. I am. We are in orbit of the Earth, guys. We've made it. Here, come on, we've got a side window too. That is incredible. I'm very excited to try the Apollo spacecraft out in VR. I'm very, very excited to try that. We are ready. Ready to proceed with the mission. All right. This part of the mission sure is busy. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Lots of checklists, lots of systems. Yeah, of course, and we've got much more to go. Talking about checklists, let's complete the insertion status check. Yeah, we'll do. Oh, I think at one point I was actually supposed to start the gimbals. However, it wants us to turn them off again, so let's verify they're off. Oh, these are set motors. Hold on. No, these are gimbal motors. All right. I'll make sure that those are off just for the hell of it. All right, main bus tie is going to be off. Roger that. Use the run feature. All right, fuel cells are powering us. Roger that, will do, after we complete it, of course. Let's go over to the middle seat so I can go left and right and get to every button I need to. On panel 1, these should still be off. And they are. ELOS auto should be set to manual. I believe that's stuff that's down here. Put that to manual, there we go. I skipped one though. RHC power direct, both, which is up here, should be set to off. CMRCS logic should also be set to off. There we go. There we go. I went a little bit back and forth there, but all right. All right, so on panel 8, the ELS circuit breakers should be open, and they are. SECS Pyro Arm 2 should be set to safe. SCES. We got logic here. I think that's the one. Sequent Events Control System. Pyro Arm and logic are set to safe and off, respectively. All right, perfect. And the SCES Arm circuit breakers should be open. Kind of figured it'd be these, but that's just logic. Oh, it is these. Control system. Yeah, these should be open. There we go. All right, auto RCS, we're gonna set all of these to off. And verified, all of them are off. All right. Panel 7, EDS power should be set to off. And TVC power, both of those should be set to off. All right. Panel 3. Oh, you know something I never did? I didn't do everything, did I? Tape recorder. I never turned on the tape recorder. Oh dear. I'm sure that'll be fine. Who needs that anyway? We'll start it after we're in orbit. We promise that space is real. It's not a conspiracy. There's a totally logical reason why we couldn't have the tape recording while we lift it off. I promise. People are gonna be mad about that one. All right. PCM bitrate should be set to low if I can find where that is. PCM bitrate low. All right, looks like it is right there. And then the FC reacts valve should be set to normal. Panel 2, up TLM IU as required. We'll leave that alone. It's right here. The SM RCS heaters, the surface module RCS heaters. 4 of them should be set to primary. It'll be these 4 right here. Caution warning should be set to normal. And yes, we don't have any warning lights up here. Perfect. Now there's a warning if this jet knob cannot be positioned 180 degrees away from the jet position before opening side hatch. A pin to the plunger may be sheared, possibly allowing pressure seal to be broken. Cabin repressurization may not be possible due to overboard venting around the BPC plunger. Something about the side hatch and maybe messing with this. It should be fine. We just won't touch anything. All right, so panel 9, 10, 6, and 10 is in tunnel not yet implemented. I wonder if any updates have implemented it or not, or if it's still just as empty as it was. I think it's this. Yeah, still just as empty as it was. No problem there. Mode 3 as desired. We're going to leave those alone. That's for communications volume. Again, that might be something that we have to mess with in multiplayer, which would be great fun. Now we can go ahead and stow these seats, giving us much more room to look and move about in the capsule here. And, you know, float around in 0G, which Track AR can emulate rather well. It's kind of cool. It's just like, oh, let's bump off there, push ourselves over here, and catch ourselves there. Man, it would be so cool to just float around in here in VR. Like, look, like imagine just like, okay, I'm gonna float around to this window and take a look out. And there's some pretty looking islands down there. All right, hold on. Let's push over and check this window. Push off the front. Yeah, beautiful views. I'm just getting carried away here. All right, so panel 1, monitor launch vehicle tank pressure indicator 4 from Orb. Oh, I was supposed to set this to PC and monitor some things as well. I didn't do everything correctly. Did not do everything correctly, but we still got up here into orbit. All right, so we want to monitor some things. This about this. Change in pressure, 36, 26, fuel. Oxidizer is greater than fuel, fuel is greater than oxidizer. Tank pressure about 50. Yeah, I think that is what we're seeing here. Let me know if that's not what we're seeing here, if that's something to worry about, but I think we're all right. Perform SCS attitude reference comparison. This is a little bit confusing. We have a question mark written there on for a reason. SC control CMC SCS. So I think what I came to the conclusion of is that we would basically switch this down and verify that our FDAIs did not adjust or anything. Then we'd flip it back up. And I think that's pretty much it there. All right, panel 100, which is down here. We're going to, no, it's right over here. Yeah, we're gonna wanna power this up, which it is. OPT power is on. Oh wait, is that? No, that's the IMU. I'm so sorry. OPT power on panel 100. I mean, I'm pretty sure that optics power is right here, and that is on already. So we should be good there. Opt 0 should be set to off. So yeah, should be fine. Sure. This is for these things here, which are really cool. You can look through them, see the stars. It looks like we have the cover off already. And let's see. I forget the controls for moving it around. I will be honest. However, when I look at them, and maybe we'll have to do an IMU alignment, which is basically marking different stars so that we can get our attitude when we're in space, when we're no longer able to use the big ol' Earth down here for an attitude reference. We'll be hopefully using those in the campaign because it's quite fun. I'm not going to be messing with these because I think we're all right. OHC max right, observe ejection through optics. So it doesn't look like we are able to observe the ejection of the covers for these through the optics because they appear to already be down or off, not necessarily down. So, all right, starting the checklist. Checklist complete. All right, now open the insertion systems verification checklist and get familiar with it, as well as the other checklists it references. Okay. Let's see. That is the insertion systems. Systems check. Yeah. Mount ordeal box. Perform propulsion systems. These are other checklists. Yeah. And EPS check. So this is basically checking that our caution and warning system is working right. Our RCS is working correctly. We would heat up some of the fuel, get everything pressurized with helium and stuff like that. And we'd make sure we'd give them a fire, I believe. Same with the service module and the command module. I think at this moment, we won't actually be firing them. I don't believe. I think it's more so monitoring the temperatures and pressures. And EPS checks, that is basically checking our power system. ECS monitor check, I believe that could be our life support things. Stuff like, again, pressures, temperatures of various things like our water, our glycol pressure, things for, you know, radiators and all sorts of things. There's a whole lot of things to check, and then it has you periodically check as you go on and on. I don't know if it's having us do them. Yeah, no, it's not having us actually do them. It just wants me to get familiar with them, and I think we're familiar enough with them that I can run through them. It looks like we've completed our objectives. We've launched into orbit. I did things mostly correctly, but not entirely correctly. All right, this completes the second mission. The crew will take care of the system's verification checks. Yeah, see, I don't even have to do it. I don't even know how to do it. All right, before ending, get familiar with the checks and optionally complete them yourself. See, this is something that I've done in different streams and whatnot. So I think that we'll skip them for the videos because we possibly will be doing them later on regardless. So let's have that for another video. Let's have this video simply be launching into orbit of the Earth, mostly correctly. It was a lot of fun. Roger that. Yeah, this will complete the mission. Did things mostly okay. So the next mission, I honestly couldn't tell you what we're going to be doing next. It might be the translunar injection and insertion into lunar space. Again, I'm not sure if it's a flyby or an orbit, so we'll have to find out next episode if we are going to be flying past the moon or capturing into orbit of it. So, thank you so much for watching, and peace out.